Go ahead, Karen. I think I've answered your question. Go ahead, Karen.
Thanks. Two questions on vaccines and back to the Pfizer saying that the third shot's better. You mentioned that the FDA and the CDC came out very quickly with a statement saying it's not needed at this time, but is anybody in the administration asking Pfizer to coordinate on announcements like this so Americans are not confused to see such a whiplash of headlines?
Well, they are a private sector company. I can't speak to their the origin or the motivation of their announcement. You'd have to ask them that, but the role we can play from the U.S. government is to provide accurate information and public health information, which is what we ventured to do last night pretty rapidly in response to the announcement.
And you were asked about this on Wednesday on the first one, but I just want to go back to it because there's still pushback about the president's comments about going door to door to encourage vaccinations. The South Carolina governor said today that enticing, coercing, intimidating, mandating, or pressuring anyone to take a vaccine is a bad policy that will deteriorate the public trust and confidence in the state's efforts. And Governor McMasters said he's going to prohibit the state health agency from using the administration's targeted tactics. Can you respond to the governor and explain what it is that is being done and what is not being done in this outreach?
Sure. Well, let me first say that the failure to provide accurate public health information, including the efficacy of vaccines and the accessibility of them to people across the country, including South Carolina, is literally killing people. So maybe they should consider that. But I would say that what this is and what it is not, this is not federal employees going door to door. This is grassroots volunteers. This is members of the clergy. These are volunteers who believe that people across the country, especially in low vaccinated areas, should have accurate information, should have information about where they can get vaccinated, where they can save their own lives and their neighbors' lives and their family members' lives. That's exactly what this is. It's something that's been going on since April, and it's something where we've seen an impact in states where there are lower vaccination rates. So it is something we will continue to work with local groups to do, and it's a disservice to the country and to the people who may lose their lives, who may lose family members, to provide inaccurate disinformation at a moment where we're still fighting a pandemic. Go ahead.
Thank you. So I have a question on vaccine sharing and then on Afghanistan. On vaccine sharing, many humanitarian organizations say that despite 1 billion doses pledged by G7, the lion's share of which is coming from the U.S., it's still not nearly enough to get the world vaccinated to stop the spread of variants. My question is, does the administration have any plans to expand from the 580 million doses already pledged? And jumping up on your Indonesia announcement, the Jakarta government has just announced that they're going to use the 3 million Moderna doses to vaccinate 1.5 million healthcare workers who have already been vaccinated, fully vaccinated with Sinovac. So would you care to comment about that in regards to U.S. vaccine diplomacy versus Chinese vaccine diplomacy?
Sure. Well, first I would say that there are no strings attached to our vaccines that we're providing. We're providing them around the world to save lives and to be a contributor to the global effort to fight the pandemic. You're absolutely right that there are more doses needed beyond the billion. I would note that the United States is far and away the largest contributor in the world to the fight against the pandemic, including specific doses of vaccines. And we have, the president has made clear that we will continue to build from here. And we're working on manufacturing capacity around the world and in the United States, and we will continue to contribute even beyond the billion doses.